I'm Emily and this is Made on Mill. In this video, I want to share with you 10 crochet projects that you can get started on now and have finished before the holiday season. Each of the projects that I'm sharing with you have written patterns included with them, and I will share the links for those below. The first pattern is my Lilac Orchard bulky crochet hat. So this pattern comes in sizes 0 to 3 months up to a large adult. This pattern creates quite a stretchy hat, so it can fit various sizes of heads, but I have a full guide on head size and how to size your pattern accordingly. This is one of my first 2 patterns that I am releasing for sale on Etsy, so if you would like to support this channel, that would be an awesome way to do so. I will link that below. It is also available on my website for free, and I have a full video tutorial here on YouTube. All right, keeping in line with staying cozy this winter, the next pattern is my bulky crochet scarf. So I really wanted a oversized scarf that had a lot of drape to it. This pattern is suitable for intermediate beginners. The wool I chose to use in it is a mix of llama and merino wool. It makes the scarf have a really lightweight feel, but also keeps you super warm in those colder months. Pattern number 3. These are my crocheted hair scrunchies. They are so easy to make. You can make them in 30 minutes up to an hour. I have 2 sizes that are available. This is definitely a beginner friendly project. And I also have a YouTube video showing you how to make these as well. Project number 4 is my romantic crochet hair bows. These are by far my most popular crochet pattern on Pinterest, my blog, and on my YouTube channel. I've received a bit of feedback from people who have made it. They said it's a great pattern. They've enjoyed making it. They are fairly quick, and I've been shown some pictures of others who've made it, which was really exciting to get that feedback. This pattern is versatile, so you can change the size of it, and the scrunchie and the romantic hair bow pattern are both great scrap busting projects. You can use a variety of yarn types for either of these projects depending on the look you want. So something with a synthetic fiber or wool based fiber is going to give you a lighter weight bow and scrunchie, whereas if you use a cotton, you're going to have a heavier bow and it's going to actually probably sit a little bit nicer. So this is a great opportunity to go to the thrift store or look in your stash and use up those little bits of yarn that aren't quite enough to make a larger project. I do recommend staying with like a weight 3 or 4 yarn. Anything smaller might be too small, but you could just increase your amount of rows that you're doing, and a bulky yarn might be too large. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by here. On this channel, I focus on environmentally considerate crafting. So a little bit of background for me. I have 2 environmental science degrees and I work in the sustainability field. I like to source natural materials. So for some of my garden projects, that's just sourcing things I can find in my yard. I'm not consuming plastic. I'm using real plants when possible. And then for sewing, again, I'm trying to source all of my materials secondhand, including my notions, which can be done. Same with my crochet patterns. I'm trying to source most of my yarn secondhand as much as I can. And where I can't, or where I need to get a large amount of yarn for a bigger project, and it's not always possible to find that at the thrift store, or I'm seeking a certain material, then I will go to sources where I think that ethical and sustainable practice have been put in place. So if you're interested in sewing, crochet, or other DIY projects that involve natural materials, I would love if you would stick around. Consider subscribing to this channel. Moving on to pattern number 5. These are my crocheted Christmas stockings. A little bit of backstory behind this pattern. My paternal grandmother knitted each grandchild a customized stocking as soon as we were born. So we had those ready for our first Christmas. So unfortunately, she got older and then she passed away. And so now we have some what would have been great granddaughters and grandsons. and she wasn't able to make stockings for them. However, those families were still using their stockings. So I took her stocking and kind of designed a crochet pattern based on it to look like it. Now, there are some differences, so they don't look quite identical. These are crocheted, but I tried to use the knit stitch to kind of give that knit look, and I tried to replicate the shape as much as possible. So in doing so, I developed a crochet pattern to make these customized stockings. Now, she used acrylic yarn, which I don't love using, but it keeps them lightweight. But these are meant to be heirloom pieces. So I'm not making stockings every year. I'm making one for each new person, and the goal is for them to use that forever. I'm still using mine that I had as a child, so you know, it's over 30 years old and it's still holding up. They're easily customizable. I would say they're more suitable for an intermediate to advanced crocheter. There is some color work involved. We're using the knit stitch. There's some increase, decrease. You got to carry your yarn. So it's not super beginner friendly. I mean, you can certainly try, but I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. So if you are interested in making these for Christmas, I would suggest getting started on them sooner than later. They are a little bit a longer crochet project. It's quite a dense stitch pattern, and so it just takes a little bit of time to make them. Moving on to pattern number 6. These are my crochet sweater ornaments. This is a great pattern to use up your scrap yarn. Again, you're not going to require very much yarn. You could use different fiber types and then just adjust your crochet hook as needed. I wouldn't suggest going above like a weight 4 yarn on this. It wouldn't be suitable for a bulky yarn just because you're going to kind of lose the shape of it and it will just be too dense. But anyway, these make such an adorable gift or like a gift topper, and they don't take too long to make either. Pattern number 7 is probably my easiest tutorial. It's very beginner friendly, and that is crocheted dishcloths. If you are a beginner crocheter, this is a great project for you to get started on. 1, it's just a square. 2, you can practice your different stitches, your tension, and your counting, and it's not an overwhelming project. In my blog post, I have 3 separate patterns, and you can change the size of them to be as big or as small as you want. I think these make great gifts. A lot of people use them in their kitchen. They can be used as cleaning cloths. They can be used as exfoliation cloths in the shower. So a way to kind of put this together in a gift. If you're doing a kitchen themed gift, then throw a few of those in for washing dishes. If you're putting together like a personal care package gift, such as with some nice local handmade soap, you could also throw in a few crocheted dishcloths, which then would become washcloths. There's multiple ways you could wrap these up in a gift. They're also a great gift if you're doing like a Secret Santa or buying something for a coworker or someone you don't know what they would necessarily like. You will need to use cotton yarn for this project. It just makes them washable and durable. You don't want to use a synthetic fiber or a wool fiber. Project number 8 is my mini crocheted bows. So these are another scrap busting project. You will not need very much yarn to create these. So again, a great way to use up those scraps, or if you go to the thrift store and find a yarn that you like and there's only a limited amount, you can probably make this project from it. So they are a versatile piece. They could be used as a hair accessory. You could string them together into a garland. You could put them on a card, make a homemade card with them. You could use them as gift toppers, but I had originally designed them to be napkin rings. So you'll see in the pattern there is an option to add a loop to the back of the bows, and this would just help you put it around a napkin. But again, you don't need to do that. You could attach it to a hair accessory or pin it on something else in whichever way you choose to use them. I think they would be very cute attached to a sweater to give like a 3-dimensional effect to a sweater. But again, super versatile project. This pattern is likely suitable for a confident beginner. It's not too difficult. You are using a smaller hook size and a smaller weight of yarn, which can be a little bit difficult to see your stitches, but if you're comfortable reading patterns, by all means, I strongly recommend this pattern for you. The 9th crochet pattern is my cotton crochet sensory toy. So I came up with this pattern when my daughter was quite young, and I thought, hey, this might be a great toy idea for her. So for this project, you will need to use cotton yarn, preferably a weight 3 or 4 is what the pattern is designed for. There's a little bit of flexibility in the yarn size and the crochet hook size that you're using. This isn't a fitted piece, so the size doesn't really matter. You will also need to find a wooden ring to put your sensory pieces around. So this toy involves, I think there was 9 or 10 attachments to the ring, and you can just practice different stitches and use different colors of yarn to create your sensory toy. I will leave a disclaimer for this project. Since this will be used by small children, there is a potential that there is a choking hazard here if any of the pieces come loose. So you're going to make sure that your pieces are secured very well to your sensory toy and that you've weaved in your ends really well and used a lot of knots in this project. I've designed it so that you crochet around the ring, which adds some strength to your project. But again, if there's any loose parts to this piece, I just suggest that or thrown away just for safety reasons. My daughter played with this for a long time. It's still in our toy rotation and it hasn't fallen apart. So again, this is another scrap busting project. You can use up all those scrap cotton yarn pieces. I didn't want to use a synthetic fiber because those shed microplastics, and I just thought that wasn't a great idea for babies putting them in their mouth. But anyways, if you have any babies on your list or parents to be on your list this year, this could be a great gift idea for them. The 10th and final pattern I have for you in this video is my crocheted bucket hat. So this was one of the first crochet patterns that I designed. It comes in sizes baby to adult, so you can make them for the whole family. I know it's not necessarily winter oriented for those of us living in the Northern Hemisphere around the holiday time, but I still think this is a great gift idea since, you know, maybe people are going on vacations or they can use them in the summer. For this project, it's recommended that you use a weight 4 yarn that is cotton so that it's a really breathable piece. I would say this pattern is suitable for advanced beginners or intermediate crocheters, and it's a fairly quick project to do up. I made 2 of them for my daughter and she wore them all the time, so I can definitely vouch that they work for babies and toddlers. These don't require too much yarn, so if you're able to find one of those large skeins of cotton yarn at a secondhand store, that's a great way to make this a sustainable project. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you spending your time here on my channel. I hope this gave you some good ideas for some handmade gifts this season if that's why you're here. All patterns will be linked below if you choose to purchase 2 of the patterns that I mentioned. Thank you so much for supporting my small business. It does take quite a bit of time to design crochet patterns, but I still want to have some for free on my blog as well. Right, take care and have a great day.